I'm Vince Russo, and I'll be coming to Chair Shot Reality.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and welcome to WWE Off The Script. You know, when you see Off The Script in your sub boxes, you know the weekend has arrived. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on the #1 source for all WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. I gotta admit to you, I'm a little bit tired, man. I'm exhausted. I just got done with a 9-hour shift at work. Had a long fucking day. I got no sleep last night. It's Thursday. You guys are going to be seeing this on Friday. Last night, Wednesday, I was on Monetize This with Joe Cronin and his crew. Great group of fucking guys, man. Sounds like the kind of guys I would gladly have a few beers with. More than a few beers, I would say, at the bar. I was on Monetize This. I will link you that show down below. It was my first time with Joe on Monetize This. I called in around 12 o'clock. I stayed on the phone with him and his guys till about 3:30 in the morning. I got about 4 hours of sleep, but it was all worth it. We had some good laughs. We told some good stories. It's just a good time, man. So if you guys missed that show, if you want something to listen to as you're training in the gym, as you're doing some shit around the house, as you drive around trying to get errands done, it's a great listen. I will link you guys Monetize This with Joe Cronin and his group of guys down below in the description. That's what I was doing last night. But I got home from work, and I'm thinking, you know, there's not a lot of news and rumors this weekend. And I type in, my dirt sheets and my websites, and I find out that there's a lot of news today. So I got, a pretty decent amount of news for you. Big news concerning Brock Lesnar. And everyone's wondering when Brock Lesnar is going to reappear on WWE TV. Is he going to be at Survivor Series with this whole new stipulation with John Cena and Randy Orton? Is he going to be at TLC? Or is WWE really going to let him sit out and wait till the Royal Rumble? So I got news on that. I got a big news story that Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer just let go of today. I read it this afternoon, so I will fill you guys in on what Dave Meltzer is reporting regarding Brock Lesnar and where WWE is going with their WWE champion. But I want to show you this. This is pretty cool. I got these. I had this thing with these pop vinyl figures, and I just got CM Punk. I ordered CM Punk off Amazon. I realized I had some Amazon points on my credit card to use, and I got Punk. I got Austin, and I just ordered Daniel Bryan, and I just got The Undertaker, and they just released a new series. They got Bryan, The Undertaker, Triple H, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Yellow and Red, and AJ Lee. AJ Lee is the one I'm looking for because you know that's going to be highly sought after. So I got The Undertaker. I'm not sure if you guys can see him. There you go. Look at him there. Call me a geek. Call me a geek about this shit. I got Punk. I got Austin. I want to get all the 6 guys I just mentioned here, including The Undertaker, in this new set that they got. I have a feeling these things are going to be worth money, man. And when I have a good feeling about something, I just go out and do it, So these pop vinyls, these things are fucking hot. Everybody's looking for them. You go to the stores, they're all over the fucking place. I'm subscribed to Loot Crate. There was a limited edition one from Guardians of the Galaxy that you can't find anywhere. It was exclusive to Loot Crate. And I got The Undertaker, man. As soon as I seen Undertaker and Daniel Bryan, I ordered that shit immediately. Daniel Bryan's actually on back order. So he hasn't even arrived yet. He should be coming hopefully soon. And I'm looking forward to getting AJ Lee and Macho Man. I know those are going to be 2 highly sought after ones. So hopefully I can find them and pay decent amount of prices. But if you go on Amazon, these things are going for like fucking $40 now. Undertaker, Triple H. I haven't seen AJ Lee yet. I don't think she's released. But Daniel Bryan was going for $39.99. Savage was going for $39.99, man. And these things are like $9.99. So you're making 4 times the amount of money on it. You could probably sell it for more than that if you wanted to. So I got a whole bunch of them behind me. I replaced the belt behind me with my geek figurines. But Undertaker's going to go right up there after I finish this video. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. I love these things, man. I love keeping them in the box and just putting them on display. And when I eventually move from this space, this apartment, and get a bigger place, and I get my own little room, and I can, you know, decorate it the way I want, and just make it my own little space, I'm going to make a nice little room, a nice little section with these pop figurines, WWE, you know, along with any other WWE memorabilia that I have, including championship belts and all that. So I like it, man. It makes me feel good. You know, I work a long shift. I work long days. I want to treat myself to a little fucking Undertaker figurine. Guy's going to be retiring soon, so I figure anything with The Undertaker, especially AJ Lee being represented by CM Punk or Daniel Bryan, that he's not around anymore, he may be forced to retire. You want to kind of jump on this shit and kind of, you know, get this, you know, memorabilia and just kind of keep it in good condition. It may be worth money. It may be sought after. You might find somebody who's going to pay top dollar for it and surprise the hell out of you. So that's why I do it. It makes me feel good. Anyway, let me get into what I want to talk about. Number one, Share Shot Reality. If you guys don't know who they are, you guys got to get acquainted with them. Links are down below. Number one talk show on the internet right now. LeBar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like me here on Off the Script. They got new episodes. Vince Russo's coming to Chair Shot in November, the first week of November. If you guys seen the opening promo for that, he'll be on the show for their 250th episode. Joe Cronin, if you guys want additional wrestling content, links are down below. If you guys missed Off the Script and my Monday Night Raw review, links are down below. And WrestleRumble.com. If you guys want to win money during the pay-per-view, put your knowledge to the test. Go to WrestleRumble.com, sign up, and you will be given the chance to enter the polling. You're going to answer a bunch of questions. Top prize is $500. Second prize is $100. Third prize is $50. Fourth and fifth place, free T-shirts from ProWrestlingTees.com. I'm going to be entering in it. I already entered in the contest already as it is, so I expect you guys to do the same. The guys over at WrestleRumble.com are fans of the show here, and I'm, you know, giving back my support to them. They got a great thing going on over there, so make sure you guys go and sign up, WrestleRumble.com. Follow the instructions there. You'll be entered in the polling, and you'll be set to go for Hell in the Cell. Like I said, I'm entering it. You guys should do the same, all right? I would never steer you guys wrong. Now, since all that stuff is out of the way, let's get into Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar could be working the Survivor Series. The Thanksgiving, or the former Thanksgiving tradition for WWE, was once upon a time my favorite pay-per-view of the year with the Royal Rumble. Me and my brothers look forward to Survivor Series all year long, especially when, you know, family time gets kind of boring and you want WWE on the television as your, you know, a little child. It was fucking great, man. And fond memories of the Survivor Series, even dating back a couple of years ago, you know, and it's been a kind of a tradition with me and my brothers. You know, we start going over my girlfriend's house the last 3 or 4 years. And we wait for her and her mother to cook dinner, and the whole family's over there. And we watch the old Survivor Series pay-per-views on, whether I have it on DVD, and now I got the WWE Network, so we can watch anything we want. But it's been a kind of a tradition as we kind of relive in our childhood years, watching the Survivor Series with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan, and just laughing at all the fucking nonsense that they said behind the mic, man. It was just fucking unbelievable. And the old school matches, the classic matches that happened in Survivor Series, it's been a tradition, right? And Brock Lesnar could be working Survivor Series this year if WWE decides that he is needed. According to the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE Creative changes plans so frequently, sometimes they drastically on a whim, sometimes so drastically on a whim that no one really knows when Lesnar's next title defense is actually going to be. Currently, Lesnar, who is the reigning and defending WWE World Heavyweight Champion, is not scheduled to compete inside a WWE ring again until the Royal Rumble on January 25th, 2015. All right? Early reports claim that he will face John Cena at the event, which would mean Cena would win his match at Hell in a Cell against Randy Orton, okay? Being that Randy Orton is, you know, what I'm hearing now, injured after the bump he took on Monday Night Raw. I'm not sure if you guys seen that. I will be talking about that on tomorrow's episode of Off the Script. Some of you guys were saying that, you know, rumor going around that Orton might not be able to compete. He'll be in Hell in a Cell. I don't see WWE scrapping that match after the lazy build that they already gave us. Why would they promote something and announce something and just automatically just cut it? So I do believe Orton will be okay to go at Hell in a Cell. They might have to tone the match down. They might not be able to pull off a high spot or two that was originally planned. They might have to cut some minutes off the match, but they will go inside Hell in a Cell. Not really going to be a traditional Hell in a Cell that we're, anticipating. There's not going to be any blood. There's not going to be any excitement. It's not going to be any, carnage. There's not going to be an all-out war like we should be seeing inside Hell in a Cell. But whatever the case may be, Orton being injured, you don't want to risk him being further injured, so you're going to have to tone it down regardless. But I do see the match going on as scheduled. Orton vs. Cena at Hell in a Cell had a stipulation added to the match during the October 20th edition of Monday Night Raw. The winner of the match now will be deemed the #1 contender to Lesnar's WWE World Heavyweight title. However, the stipulation did not say when the championship match would take place, but simply stated as the winner will receive a future WWE World Heavyweight Championship match against Brock Lesnar. Now, I don't see this, and I mentioned this on my Monday Night Raw review. This does not make any sense. WWE did not want to promote John Cena as being the loser in his match with Dean Ambrose because he did not get the ultimate prize of getting Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. Now, WWE kind of backtracked and made a huge loophole in this entire storyline. With John Cena being the loser, it really doesn't make sense that he lost that match and now is put into another match with Randy Orton, and the winner of this match is going to receive a World Heavyweight Championship. It makes everything that he did seem unimportant. Getting his hands on Seth Rollins now is unimportant. It's deemed unimportant. It's going to make Dean Ambrose and his, match with Seth Rollins look unimportant because now you made John Cena lose that match, but still you're granting him a winner's prize, a chance at the WWE Championship. It doesn't make any sense. Huge loophole, and WWE made everyone look completely fucking stupid with that decision. So that's what I talked about on Monday Night Raw. But the winner of that match will fight Brock Lesnar at a future date. That date has not been assigned as of yet. The stipulation was promoted this way because not even Vince McMahon knows when WWE will book Lesnar to defend the title next. As of this article, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter and Dave Meltzer, Lesnar's next scheduled appearance for the company is for Monday Night Raw on December 8th in Greenville, South Carolina, at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, home of the 2014 Slammy Awards. Not only is this episode the go-home edition of the program before the TLC pay-per-view, but like I said, it is the home of the 2014 Slammy Awards. Lesnar is most likely to win this year's Oh My God moment for ending The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30. That's how he will be reintroduced to the WWE Universe. December 8th may also be when WWE plans on beginning the build towards Lesnar's bout at the Royal Rumble that will take place just 5 weeks later. However, WWE creative plans have been made so haphazardly as of late that the company could call an audible and book Lesnar for Survivor Series at any given time between now and November 23rd, which I think will be the better decision. Okay? I don't want Lesnar versus Cena at all. If it needs to happen, I don't want another month and a half of build with Lesnar and Cena. I just don't. I don't want Lesnar getting into another program that's rushed with someone else like a Rusev or, I'm just throwing a name out there, a Wade Barrett if he comes back, or a Sheamus, or whoever WWE plans to put against Cena. I don't know. Or, God forbid they continue the feud with Orton and Cena just like they did last year when they fought around TLC. We don't want that. If you want to book Cena to win his match against Orton, if you want to book Cena versus Lesnar, have it happen at Survivor Series, okay? You could work around it and make it fit into the storyline. Now, what I have been talking about is if you still have plans for Roman Reigns to come back and you want to reintroduce him at the Royal Rumble, okay? All this confusion, all this big question mark status about Daniel Bryan possibly not even returning at the Royal Rumble. Okay, I don't know whether this is true or not. All right, Daniel Bryan, if he's not going to be in the Rumble, there's no other way that you could go except to give it to Roman Reigns. That would be best. Okay, if you want to use The Rock, since he was already reintroduced to the WWE Universe in Brooklyn, have him go against Brock Lesnar. All right. I know you guys have been very vocal about me mentioning The Rock and Lesnar and two part-timers going at it. I know my buddy Mr. Soldier said you don't want to give the WWE title to The Rock, who is another part-timer. But, you know, I think it would be great if Roman Reigns and The Rock go one-on-one at WrestleMania if you want to go that route. I think that's the best way around it. If Daniel Bryan is ready to come back to the Royal Rumble, this could be a huge scenario that you could go any way. You could fucking go any route with this Daniel Bryan situation. You can have him win the Royal Rumble and fight and fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Have Bryan versus Lesnar and build that up as David versus Goliath. I don't know, but WWE seems to have backed themselves into a corner here, and there's no way out with Brock Lesnar holding the WWE Championship. This all goes back to giving him the streak, which I never thought should have been ended in the first place, because you had more money. You had more money with The Undertaker remaining undefeated than having him lose at WrestleMania, than giving Lesnar that streak and eventually making him the world title. Now all you have is confusion. All you have is a bunch of high-end officials in WWE. Now all you have is WWE creative, confused as fuck, and you don't know where to go with storylines. You don't know how to use Brock Lesnar, who's making $5 million plus a year. You don't know how to use your WWE champion. Your WWE championship has not been on TV all this time. It's nothing but a fucking mess. Now, if The Undertaker was still undefeated, if he defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, there's still money on the table, no matter if The Undertaker can go or not anymore. A couple of years. You had Sting waiting in the wings, which I'm assuming he's going to be at WrestleMania, because it all points towards that. You had that one match, huge match at WrestleMania that you could have had this year if you wanted, coming up at WrestleMania 31. You could have had Cena versus Undertaker, or you could have saved that for Texas at WrestleMania 32 and have that be the Undertaker's send-off. You could have booked around that, which I thought would be fantastic as Undertaker's send-off. Cena versus The Undertaker. You know, no better way to go out on top than beating the #1 guy for the last 13 years. You know, maybe you involve the WWE Championship in that. Maybe you have The Undertaker beat John Cena, who's the WWE Champion at that time, and retire with the belt, holding a huge tournament to crown the next WWE Champion. WWE really messed up with Lesnar conquering the streak. You know, it's grand, it's great, it's fucking phenomenal. The streak is broken. It's one of those memories that we'll never forget. You know, they wanted the shock and awe. They wanted that big moment for the first pay-per-view on the WWE Network. It was all done for the network, and I feel sorry for The Undertaker that he had to succumb to something like this. A legacy that was built over 20 years was given up for the WWE Network. That's all it was done for. And now the WWE has backed themselves in a corner, and there's no way out with Brock Lesnar. You know, we're either going to get something special with Brock Lesnar, we're going to remain with Brock Lesnar as the WWE Champion, we're going to realize how much of a great fucking athlete he is, or we're going to get something that's completely fucking boring. Cena, you know, I would have Orton win at Hell in the Cell and create something fresh with Brock Lesnar. Lesnar versus Orton at Survivor Series, and maybe have Seth Rollins interfere in that, beginning his program, a lengthy one with Randy Orton. You can have John Cena involved in something else, or you can just have Brock Lesnar appear at Survivor Series and book him as a team captain in a traditional 5 versus 5 Survivor Series match. You don't necessarily have to have the title being defended. As long as he's there, as long as he's representing the company, that's all that I would want. The title doesn't necessarily need to be defended at Survivor Series. Book Survivor Series the way it's intended to be. Teams of 4 or teams of 5 that, you know, surrounds the entire aura of the pay-per-view as the will to survive. You know, who's going to come out on top? What team is going to come out on top? What team is going to survive? That's how I would book Survivor Series. The title doesn't necessarily need to be on the line. But then again, WWE is going to be back in the same boat. Where do you go from TLC? How do you get to the Royal Rumble? Who's Brock Lesnar going to face? Is it going to be, Orton or Cena? Who's his next challenger going to be at the Royal Rumble? If it's Orton now, who says it's not going to be Cena then? Because they have nobody else. They have no one else legitimate to challenge Brock Lesnar for the title. Or if it's Cena now, it may be Orton later. I don't know. But all I know is WWE has backed themselves into a corner that I don't think they can get out of. It seems just very lazy. It seems like a fucking chaotic mess. And all this could have been avoided if The Undertaker remained undefeated at WrestleMania. Alright? Now, like I previously left off and went into that fucking rant, WWE creative plans have been made so haphazardly as of late the company could call an audible and book Lesnar for Survivor Series. The company would have to shell out a lot more money for extra appearances for their WWE champion thanks to a new deal struck between both parties. But at this point, it has not happened yet. Okay? Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter touches on the current state of WWE creative and their discussions regarding the booking of Lesnar in his latest edition. He also discusses how the booking of the October 20th Raw could spin into multiple scenarios featuring the champion, he goes on to say. As of the weekend, Lesnar was not scheduled for either Survivor Series or TLC. WWE is in discussions regarding those dates on Lesnar as far as which TV shows he will be working to build up to the Royal Rumble. But as anyone who works for them will tell you, they could call Thursday and want him back on Monday to build for Survivor Series because they are always changing directions. For hits, Orton did give Paul Heyman an RKO on Monday Night Raw, and essentially did a babyface turn when Rollins curb-stomped him to close the show. He also laid out Cena and Ambrose with RKOs in the main event. That can be viewed, especially since it involves Cena, that if he laid out Cena on TV, that the plans going forward could be a Cena win, particularly since WWE booking is that a guy about to make a big turn will lose his last match in his old role. Plus, based on what Rollins did by laying out Orton, that should set up Orton versus Rollins and not Orton versus Lesnar for November. But by bringing in Lesnar's name into this big mix, if Cena wins, it's clumsy for him to win his title shot this week if they are going two more pay-per-view shows before the match. It would only emphasize for the next two shows that there is no title match. And Orton could beat Cena and Rollins and be, at least in the eyes of creative, new after the turn. And then Heyman, and then the RKO could lead to a Lesnar match on Heyman. Okay? If the Lesnar return is at the Rumble, the opponent isn't as important since the Rumble concept is in most years, is the main selling point of that show. While no one knows for sure when Lesnar is returning, many are questioning WWE's thought process behind having their champion miss so much television and even pay-per-view. So it's going to be interesting following Hell in a Cell and where WWE goes with this, okay? I don't know. Like Dave Meltzer said, Orton could eventually lose at Hell in a Cell and be built up with Rollins and have that go that way. If you want Orton to win at Hell in a Cell, it would create a fresh matchup with Lesnar at Survivor Series or TLC or at the Royal Rumble even. I don't know. But all I know is I don't know anything about what WWE plans to do. They have so many different ways to go that, to me, it looks like it's chaotic. It seems confusing, and it seems like they don't have a direct way to go. Okay? They got some good choices here and there, but all in all, I don't think WWE is in the right state of mind or in the right place right now to give us anything that makes sense. Okay? It all dates back to Lesnar winning the match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. This is proving to be more and more of a thorn in their side than anything. And I don't know where WWE is going to go with this. Lesnar eventually will be back between now and that December 8th Slammy Awards show. He will be at the Royal Rumble. He will be a focus point on the road to WrestleMania. But what Lesnar does between now and TLC remains to be seen. I just don't know. If you guys have any idea how you would book Brock Lesnar, let me know down in the comments below. That is going to end part 1 of this week's Off the Script. Let me know what you think down below. If you did enjoy the video, don't be hesitant to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, what the fuck are you waiting for? This is your #1 source for WWE news and rumors and WWE content in general right here on YouTube.com. In the eyes of a wrestling fan, this is what Off the Script is all about. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back tomorrow with big news about AJ Lee. Why AJ Lee is not on Total Divas. Why AJ Lee is not on Total Divas, I'll give you 2 fucking words. CM Punk. That is the reason why. Is that 2 words? No, it's whatever. You get my fucking point. CM Punk is the reason why AJ Lee is not on Total Divas. I will give you the full scoop on that and where Total Divas is going. And more AJ Lee news as well. I got news on Randy Orton. I got news on Stone Cold. I got a bunch of news. I got news on Rey Mysterio as well. And a bunch of little things here and there. Wade Barrett returning. Going to be a big weekend, guys. Hell in a Cell weekend. We don't know where WWE's going, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see what direction they're going as far as storylines. But do not miss Off the Script this weekend. This is going to be your #1 source for everything regarding Hell in a Cell and leading up to Hell in a Cell. So stick it with me here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Until then, take care. Enjoy your Friday, and I will talk to you all Saturday morning.